everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook, and this week's featured Halloween storybook is Stellaluna. Can you say that word with me? Stellaluna. So this is a classic storybook from my own childhood, actually, and so I'm super excited to share it with you. It was one of my favorites, and it's a great book for talking about similarities, differences, and loving each other for what makes us who we are. Also, it's really good for getting into talking about bats and characteristics of bats, anatomy of bats, how bats are different from birds, and you really get into some science talk with this book, all about different kinds of animals, different kinds of flying animals. Now, as usual, this is an example of an interactive shared reading read aloud, which means that I'll be incorporating vocabulary throughout the story, as well as asking questions before, after, and during the reading to really engage your child in conversation, in dialogue, and get them thinking about some main themes and ideas. Alright, let's get started. So this week's featured storybook is Stellaluna, written and illustrated by Janell. So that means Janell wrote all the words and she drew all the pictures. So the title of this book, Stellaluna, what do you think Stellaluna is? Or who is Stellaluna? Yeah, maybe this bat right here? And did you know Stella is Latin, a different language for star, and Luna is Latin for moon. So it looks like her name means star moon. A lot of nighttime sky things, huh? And what do you see in the background here? Some birds. So I see birds, a bat, some other little bats. I wonder if birds and bats are going to be in our story. What do you think? I wonder if they'll be friends. They're different, right? Look at this inside page, has all these different pictures of bats, and it looks like it has different images of bats hanging, some fruit. What do you see? Cool, huh? Okay, look at these big pictures. In a warm and sultry forest, this really hot forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat. This must be a fruit bat then. And her new baby. Oh, how Mother Bat loved her baby, her soft, tiny baby. I'll name you Stellaluna, she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stellaluna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. Ooh, my friends, do you see here in this picture? Can you see baby Stellaluna? Yeah, this looks like how bats carry their young, huh? The bat holds on to the mother's chest while the mother bat flies. Ooh. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. I see something sad happening here. What does it look like's going on? Yeah, I see a big bird and uh-oh. Let's see what's happening. One night, as Mother Bat followed the heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. That must be an owl. On silent wings, the powerful bird swooped down upon the bats. What do you think is going to happen? Oh no. Dodging and shrieking, screaming, Mother Bat tried to escape, but the owl struck again and again, knocking Stellaluna into the air. Her baby wings were as limp and useless as wet paper. My friends, have you ever gotten your papers wet, like accidentally spilled something on them? Yeah, and what happens to wet paper? It gets all soggy, and do you think you could fly if you had wings like wet paper? No. So it sounds like baby bat wings are still wet, and they can't fly yet. Oh no. Down, down she went faster and faster into the forest below. Looks like this bat attacked the mama and the baby fell. What do you think's going to happen to Stellaluna? Will she be safe in the forest? I hope so. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, it looks like maybe that's how bats land on branches. They hang upside down. The dark leafy tangle of branches caught Stellaluna as she fell. One twig was small enough for Stellaluna's tiny feet. Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. So how do you think Stellaluna's feeling right now? Scared, she's trembling. "Mother," Stellaluna squeaked, "where are you?" "Where is Mama?" Yet off somewhere flying away from the owl. By daybreak, the baby bat could hold on no longer. Down, down again she dropped. Oh no, it looks like she's falling more. Look at her little eye. Hey, what animals are here? Birds? Yeah, it looks like she fell in a bird's nest. Thump! Stellaluna landed headfirst in a soft, downy nest, startling the 3 baby birds who lived there. Can you count them with me, my friends? How many birds are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 baby birds plus Stellaluna. So 3 baby birds plus 1 baby bat equals 4 little babies in that nest. Stellaluna quickly clambered from the nest and hung out of sight below it. She listened to the babble, the little talking of the birds. "What was that?" cried Flap. "I don't know, but it's hanging by its feet," chirped Flitter. "Shh! Here comes Mama," hissed Pip. So it sounds like Flap, Flitter, and Pip are the name of the birds. Uh-oh. What do you think's going to happen with the bat and the birds? When Mama comes back, what do you think she'll say when she sees a bat in her nest? Let's see. What's going on here? It looks like she's eating a bug, some kind of bug. I wonder if bats eat bugs. What do you think? Let's find out. Many, many times that day, Mama Bird flew away, always returning with food for her babies. Stellaluna was terribly hungry, but not for the crawly bugs Mama Bird was bringing back. So it sounds like bats don't eat bugs. Wonder what they eat. What do you think they eat? Those are some good guesses. Finally, though, the little bat could bear it no longer. She climbed into the nest, closed her eyes, and opened her mouth. Ah! Plop! In dropped a big green grasshopper. Ay, ay, ay. So look, it looks like the mom's feeding her, and I wonder what will happen when she eats the grasshopper. It sounds like she was so hungry she needed to eat something. Would you eat grasshoppers if you were super hungry? Maybe if there was nothing else to eat. Well, Stellaluna learned to be like the birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. And her bat ways were quickly disappearing. So my friends, it sounds like she's doing a lot of things that birds do, but that bats don't do. So it says she stayed awake all day and slept all night. That's a bird thing. I wonder what a bat thing to do is. So if birds stay awake all day, maybe bats sleep all day? What do you think? And we already know she doesn't like bugs. I wonder what bats like to eat. Except for one thing didn't disappear. Stellaluna still liked to sleep hanging on her feet. Hey, I see Stellaluna, but who else is hanging upside down now? The little birds? Do birds normally hang upside down when they sleep? No, right? They sleep in nests. Uh-oh, Mom was like, wait, where's my birds? Once, when Mama was away, the curious baby birds decided to try it too. When Mama Bird came home, she saw 8 tiny feet gripping the edge of the nest. 8 tiny feet? Looks like each bird has 2 feet and each bat has 2 feet. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 feet. Eek, she cried. Get back up here in this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks. So mama bird's not used to baby birds hanging upside down, right? Because they stay safe in the nest. How do you think mama feels when she saw her birds? The birds climbed quickly back into the nest. But mama bird stopped Stellaluna. You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all of the rules of this house. What do you think one major rule is she's talking about? No hanging upside down. But that's a bad thing to do. For bats. Stellaluna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night. And she didn't hang by her feet. Stellaluna behaved as a good bird should. So she's doing lots of bird behaviors. Oh, how does Stellaluna feel in this picture? Yeah, kind of like, oh, okay, mama, huh? Like she doesn't really want to, but she will because she knows she has to do it so she can stay. I wonder if Stellaluna feels like she belongs with the birds. Do you think so? All the babies grew quickly. Soon the nest became too crowded. They were too big. Mama bird told them it was time to learn to fly. One by one, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna jumped from the nest. And did they work? Could they fly? It looks like it. Their wings worked. I'm just like them, thought Stellaluna. I can fly too. So it looks like bats and birds have something in common. What is it? What can they both do the same? They can both fly. But how do they look different? How do their wings look different? Yeah. Stellaluna's got these big webbed wings and the birds have feathers. Yeah. Pip, Flitter, and Flap landed gracefully on a branch. Just like birds do, they land right nicely on their feet. Do you think bats can do that? Uh-oh. Stellaluna tried to do the same. It looks like she's holding on by her hands instead of her feet. Maybe that's a bad way to do it. How embarrassing. Oh, why is it embarrassing? Yeah, because she's trying to land on her feet like the birds, but she can't stay up. Not gracefully like the birds, so that's a difference, huh? Something different? Because how do bats normally hang on branches? Upside down. I will fly all day, Stellaluna told herself. Why will she fly all day instead of landing, you think? Yeah, maybe because she's too embarrassed. She doesn't want everyone to see how hard it was for her to land like a bird. Then no one will see how clumsy I am, she thought. So it looks like she got up on her feet, but I think it was really hard for her to do, huh? Ooh, what's going on here? Do you see her face? She looks like she's really tired, like she's flying super fast. Wonder what's going on. The next day, Pip, Flitter, Flap, and Stellaluna went flying far from home. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. The sun is setting, warned Flitter. We had better go home, or we will get lost in the dark, said Flap. But Stellaluna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen. Remember, because she didn't want to stop when they stopped. Where do you think she went? I hope she's safe. The three anxious birds went home without her, so they were really worried, but they had to go home because can birds see in the dark? No. They had to go home before it was dark. All alone, Stellaluna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree. I promised not to hang by my feet, Stellaluna sighed. So that sounds like what she's comfortable with, but she can't do that, right? She promised Mama Bird. So she hung by her thumbs and soon fell asleep. So now she's not acting like a bird or a bat. She's doing something different. She didn't hear the soft sound of wings coming near her. I see some animals coming by. What kind of animals do you think are coming? Yeah, let's see. of animal? Another bat, right? Hey, a loud voice said, why are you hanging upside down? Is Stellaluna upside down? No, but maybe to this bat. Stellaluna's eyes opened wide. She saw a most peculiar face, a most strange face. I'm not upside down. You are, Stellaluna said. Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You are hanging by your thumbs, so that makes you upside down. Because she's doing the opposite of what a bat would do. I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up. Stellaluna was confused. Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong. Yeah, so she's confused because she grew up learning that hanging upside down was wrong. But it was wrong for a bird, maybe, but not for a bat. So it sounds like bats are supposed to hang upside down. Yeah. How do you think Stellaluna feels right now seeing this other bat and learning all these new things? Yeah, maybe confused and like, oh my gosh, what's going on? More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stellaluna told them her story. Do you remember? What would she be telling them? Some things that she did. Yeah, maybe how she lived in a nest. What was she eating? Bugs. Let's see. You ate bugs, stuttered one. You slept at night? Gasped another. How very strange, they all murmured. They all whispered and thought. Wait, let me look at this child. A bat pushed through the crowd. An owl attacked you, she asked. Who do you think this bat is? Talking to Stellaluna, asking about her. Do you think it could be the mama? Sniffing Stellaluna's fur, she whispered, You are Stellaluna. You are my baby. My friends. It's Mama Bat. She came back. And she sees Stellaluna. How do you think she feels when she sees Stellaluna again, her baby? So happy and so excited and so much love, right? Wouldn't you feel that way if you got lost from your mama and then you found her again and she found you? Oh, you'd be so happy. Look at all of them. How are they hanging? Yeah, upside down like bats. You escaped the owl, cried Stellaluna. You survived? Oh, look how happy Stellaluna is. Yes, said Mother Bat as she wrapped her wings around Stellaluna. Come with me and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. So what do bats eat? Fruit, it sounds like. Not bugs. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live. Because I remember in the beginning that the bats were called fruit bats. So that's a good clue to what they eat, huh? Fruit. Look here, how do they feel? Really happy, huh? They're hugging. Hanging upside down, it looks like mama bats use their wings to hug and take care of their young. Look at these rays coming out of her eyes. I wonder what they symbolize, what they mean. Because I don't think actual light rays shine from their eyes, but I wonder what that means. But it's nighttime, Stellaluna squeaked. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees. Because, right? Can they see in the dark? We're bats, said Mother Bat. We can see in darkness. Come with us. Oh, so bats can see in the dark, and maybe that's why it looks like her eyes look like that, huh? Stellaluna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Ooh. Stellaluna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path. So what are some things we've learned about bats? Now that they hang upside down, they eat fruit, and they can see in the dark. And when do they stay awake? at nighttime. Soon the bats found a mango tree. Mango is this big fruit right here. It's yellow and juicy inside. And Stellaluna ate as much of the fruit as she could. "I'll never eat another bug again as long as I live," cheered Stellaluna as she stuffed herself full. So this is what she's supposed to eat, fruit. No wonder she enjoys it. "I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap." Do you remember them? Her bird friends. Ooh, what's going on here? Yeah, looks like she found her bird friends, and what are they doing? Hanging upside down with her? I see Stellaluna and Mama Bat here. Looks like they're still friends, huh? The next day, Stellaluna went to visit the birds. "Come with me and meet my bat family," she said. So she has her little bird family and her bat family. "Okay, let's go," agreed Pip. "They hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world," Stellaluna explained to the birds as they flew away. As the birds flew among the bats, Flap said, "I feel upside down here." So she's with different animals. The birds are with the bats, so they feel like now they're the different ways, right? Not they're the different ones. So the birds hung by their feet too, right? So they could fit in with the bats. "Wait until dark," Stellaluna said excitedly. "We will fly at night." But can birds see at night like bats? I don't know, maybe that's how they're different, huh? When nighttime came, Stellaluna flew away. Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt from the tree to follow her. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Looks like they're falling, and Stellaluna has them by the feet. They look how do they feel? Scared? What happened? Pip, Flitter, and Flap leapt after Stellaluna into the dark, but "I can't see a thing," yelled Flip. "Neither can I," howled Flitter. "Eee!" shrieked Flap. "Uh-oh, birds can't see in the dark." "They're going to crash," gasped Stellaluna. "I must rescue them." That must be what she's doing. Stellaluna swooped about, grabbing her friends in the air. She lifted them to a tree, and the birds grasped a branch. Stellaluna hung from the limb above them. Oh no, so it sounds like she had to save them because they were falling. That was dangerous, huh? Oh, so it looks like the birds are huddled on the branch right here, and Stellaluna's hanging upside down, wrapping her wings like bats do. That seems like a really protective thing to do, huh? "We're safe," said Stellaluna. Then she sighed. "I wish you could see in the dark, too." "We wish you could land on your feet," Flitter replied. Pip and Flap nodded. So it sounds like Stellaluna's saying, "I wish you could do some bat things." And the birds wish you could do some bird things. They perched in silence. They sat in silence for a long time. What do you think they're thinking about? Yeah, maybe about how they're different but friends. "How can we be so different and feel so much alike?" mused Flitter. Flitter thought. So how can they have so many different things? What are some different things? Yeah, right? Bats see in the dark, bats fly at night, birds are in the daytime. And how can we feel so different and be so much alike? Wondered Pip. So it sounds like Pip is realizing that they are similar, though, in some ways. What are some ways bats and birds are the same? Yeah, they can both fly. "I think this is quite a mystery," Flap continued. "I agree," said Stellaluna. "But we're friends, and that's a fact." So it sounds like Stellaluna's saying that even though they may have differences and similarities, despite all those differences and similarities, they're still friends, no matter what, right? It's also good to be different because then you can share different experiences and teach each other different things, right, that you didn't know about before. Okay, so in the end, it sounds like they're still friends. Stellaluna knows she's a bat, the birds know they're birds, and they're happy with how different and similar they are. The end. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this book, Stellaluna. What was your favorite part? Yeah? And what are some things that you learned about bats and birds and how they're different? You know, all kinds of things about bats, right? And how are some ways they're the same? So what do you think is an important message in this story, an important part of it? What did you learn? Yeah, I learned that even though we have a lot of differences, we also always have things in common and can be friends. What a nice story, huh? All right, well, thanks for reading with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, for this week's craft, we have these beautiful black bat Halloween crafts, just like this. And they're super cute. Look at that. They're hanging from a branch just like in Stellaluna. The bats hung upside down. So in this craft we'll make hanging bats. And they're really simple and fun to make. All you need is a toilet paper roll, some black construction paper, googly eyes, I use some white puffy paint, and a branch from your yard. Another opportunity to go on a fall walk with your child, fall nature walk, to find some sticks for your beautiful black bat crafts. And they're a lot of fun. You can go around hanging them. They can be your reading buddy for the next reading, and they make perfect Halloween decor. So you can find the instructions for this craft up on my blog, MaiStoryBook, by clicking on the link below. On the blog, you'll also find the additional reading resources that go along with this story. And if you do this craft, please share your photos and read aloud adventures with MaiStoryBook. I would love to see all of them. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, on the blog, or on YouTube. All those social media links are below for you to click on and find out. So please comment, like, and subscribe to my storybook to keep up with all of our new reading adventures. New reading adventures come out every Friday, so I look forward to seeing you next Friday for our new Halloween-themed storybook. But until next time, happy reading, my friends!